Hello everyone, welcome back to one more video session. In this session, I'm going to explain about transcription in prokaryotes, very important. And after this, I'm going to explain about in eukaryotes, that is transcription in eukaryotes. Just listen to me carefully, very important, particularly for your competitive examinations. You get some questions from this concept. Okay, here I will write the first thing. We know about a central dogma proposed by Francis Crick. If you have not noted his name, who proposed central dogma of biology, Francis Crick proposed this. According to him, we know it. DNA contains information in the form of nitrogenous bases, that is base pairs. How exactly the base pairs are arranged, or how exactly you read the base pairs. A, T, T, A, G, C, A, A, that is information, right? Okay. So with the help of the information, it's going to produce RNA, particularly single-stranded RNA. It could be mRNA, rRNA, tRNA, whatever the type of RNA from the DNA. The process called as transcription. We know about it, transcription. I'm talking about prokaryotes. So prokaryotes, they do not have nucleus, so it's going to occur within the cytoplasm or cytosol of the bacteria, E. coli. And this RNA enters into ribosome and produces the protein. So RNA now produces protein within the ribosome, and this is in the case of prokaryotes. Obviously cytosol itself, ribosomes are present in the cytoplasm or cytosol. So all the process, transcription, translation, this is translation. The synthesis of protein from RNA is called as translation in the ribosome. Synthesis of RNA from the DNA, that is transcription. So DNA, RNA, protein, this is actually how a protein is synthesized. The message is given by the DNA, then RNA is synthesized, RNA now translated to produce the protein. So this is central dogma, and in the bacteria or prokaryote, all this process, transcription, translation, takes place within the cytoplasm. And compared to eukaryotic transcription and translation, it is very fast process, because everything is happening within the cytoplasm. There is no nucleus, and the RNA doesn't require any modification. It's like ready-made, done. It's like DNA produced, DNA synthesizes the RNA, RNA synthesizes protein. It happens simultaneously. So you can also write one thing: the transcription plus translation occurs within the cytoplasm, and which is simultaneous process. Whereas in the case of eukaryotic transcription and translation, it is not a simultaneous process. First transcription, then after some time, after RNA undergoes certain modification, then translation occurs. That is, protein synthesis occurs. So there is a time gap between that. But in the case of prokaryote, it is simultaneous. Okay, done. Now the enzyme required for the transcription, because this is, I'm going to talk about only transcription, not translation. Okay, so enzyme required for transcription in prokaryotes, that is DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Please note this point. Don't get confused with the DNA dependent DNA polymerase. That is DNA dependent DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase, it synthesizes DNA strand, that is for application. RNA polymerase, it polymerizes RNA. So RNA from DNA. Got it? So that is the thing. In the case of prokaryotes, the entire process of transcription is done or taken by the DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Only one enzyme. Only one enzyme will take care of all transcription process within the prokaryotes. In the case of eukaryotes, there are three. We will not talk about it now. Okay, so this is the thing. And what is transcription? It is the process of copying information from the single strand of DNA to produce a single stranded mRNA is called as transcription. I have mentioned mRNA. Transcription could produce any type of RNA. If you talk about RNA, how many types are there? There are millions of RNAs are there. But mainly, there are three important types. The first one is mRNA, the messenger RNA. Second type is rRNA, the ribosomal RNA. The third one is tRNA. Okay, there are three types. What is the function of mRNA? Which now brings message from the single stranded DNA to the ribosome to synthesize protein. That is the function of it. It mainly for transcription process. Whereas rRNA is also produced because of transcription from some other DNA of the same species. This rRNA helps in the synthesis of ribosomes. That's what actually not only synthesize ribosome, it also catalyzes or takes care of certain reactions which is occurring in the ribosome during protein production or synthesis. tRNA, which now brings amino acids to the site of translation or to the ribosome where mRNA is waiting with the ribosome. Okay, so amino acid is brought by tRNA to the site of protein synthesis. That is nothing but ribosomes, the protein factory. Ribosomes are synthesized by rRNA, ribosomal RNA, like that. Okay, so this is the thing. But whatever the types of RNA, it has to be synthesized by a process called as transcription. Okay, but the segment of the DNA varies. For the production of one type of mRNA, obviously there is a DNA segment that is called as gene, which now produces mRNA. For the synthesis of rRNA or tRNA, there are other segments. Okay, gene and everything. Okay, so this is the thing. Please remember. Now, first, where exactly transcription takes place in prokaryotes? Even it is applicable to eukaryote, there is no differences. But we will not talk about eukaryotic transcription, only prokaryotic transcription. Okay, so here what I am going to do is, first I am going to write very important structure where the transcription takes place in the DNA, that is called as transcription unit. Okay, transcription unit. Please remember this for your board examination. You get this question. What is transcription unit? Explain the components of transcription unit. You need to draw the diagram of DNA where transcription unit is situated, and you need to write what is exactly transcription unit. It's very easy. It's very easy. What we do is, first we draw the DNA. So we know that compared to eukaryotic DNA, prokaryotic DNA is normally smaller in terms of length. Okay, so fine. We just write this is a 3' end and this is 5' end. The DNA polarity, the DNA strand polarity is 5' to 3', whereas the other strand should be opposite, that is antiparallel. Okay, so we write 5' to 3', and even we put the nitrogenous base pairs also, the complementary base pairs. Okay, like this. First, note, for example, you get a question. One strand of DNA reads, let us say adenine, guanine, adenine, adenine, thymine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, adenine, adenine, thymine, thymine, guanine, 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 cytosine, like that. So what is the nitrogenous base present in other strand, the opposite strand? Complementary, not exactly same. For A, here T should be there. For G, C should be there. For A, T should be there. You know, you have to write complementary. This is the basic understanding, because you need to learn this. Okay. So now, the transcription unit mainly consists of 3 components. The components of the transcription unit. Somewhere else here, the gene is present. Somewhere else here, the gene is present, that is containing information for a synthesis of specific protein. Okay, so I am going to write protein. How many proteins are there in the body? Millions, correct? For example, GLUT4, a membrane bound protein. Whereas hormones, how many hormones are there? In the previous year, we have studied about hormones. All the hormones are nothing but the proteins, or maybe the enzymes. How many enzymes are there? There are so many enzymes, correct? For example, in the Krebs cycle itself, we have learned so many things. Or glycolysis, how many enzymes were there? Many, right? So these are all enzymes are nothing but the product of a gene. So how gene now synthesizes these specific protein? These enzymes are specific in a particular function. So that means when it is manufactured, the information should be specific. That means there is a particular segment or sequences present on the DNA that has to give or share its information to something like RNA. So RNA should share the information which is copied from the DNA in the ribosome, so that the amino acid come and bind. Finally, a long chain of amino acid is synthesized. So what is this long chain of amino acid? That is nothing but polypeptide chain. Done, right? So that is nothing but proteins. This is how the proteins are synthesized. So how many genes are present in our body? There are so many genes are present. Correct. Correct. So this is the thing. Fine. First we write promoter. We write promoter. So what is this promoter? The promoter is the starting point of the transcription process. For example, if I consider this is the starting point of the DNA, which is nothing but promoter. So I am going to mark this. I am just going to put a box. There is no box, nothing else. There is a specific sequences. Okay, so let us just put a box for our understanding. This particular region of the DNA is called as promoter. So I just write P here, the promoter. Okay, the second important component is the structural genes. Okay, now the gene comes. What is this structural gene? And even in the bracket, because I am talking about prokaryotic gene, so let me just write the prokaryotic gene is called as polycystronine. So what is the meaning of poly? Poly means many. Cystron means, what is the meaning of cystron? Cystron is nothing but another term for gene. It is a good term for a gene. Instead of saying gene, better you say cystron. Cystron is a gene. Okay, so you will understand why. Where exactly the structural gene is present? Structural gene after promoter, you see some base pair, some sequences. For our understanding, let us consider from C to G. So this is now structural gene. Okay, and obviously even structural gene also contains another strand which also contains complementary base pair. So no need to write the complementary base pair, you know it. So this is now structural gene. So this portion is structural gene. Once the structural gene ends, that is the base pair now ends. That is base pairs mainly for a particular protein synthesis. It codes for a particular protein. So that ends. You could see some more sequences that is situated away from the structural gene. Here, from here onwards. In this box, This is called as the terminator. Terminator is very important. Terminator means it is the specific sequences which contain specific sequences where the RNA polymerase cannot read. If it cannot read the sequences, it has to fall off. Where the termination of the transcription takes place in the terminator. Okay, now where exactly they are situated? The promoter. If you look into the promoters, let us just put a face to this. See, this promoter is facing this particular region, that is the 5' end of the DNA. So 5' compared to the DNA, 5 and 3. 5 is bigger number compared to 3, correct? So it is upstream. So promoter is situated towards the 5' end of the DNA. So the promoter is situated in the upstream region of the DNA, upstream region, that is towards 5'. Now we will talk about the terminator. This terminator is situated away from the structural gene. So that means between the promoter and the terminator. I have not named it. This is terminator, this is promoter, and this is structural gene. Between these two, structural gene is situated. Okay, so it's like you can imagine sandwich. This is one bread and this is the other bread and this is the jam. Okay, so this terminator contains certain sequences. Obviously, I told you earlier. And where exactly it is situated? Let us just put the face. See, this is actually facing towards the 3' end of the DNA strand. I am talking about single strand here. So that is towards 3' end of the DNA. So compared to 5, 3 is smaller number, so it is downstream. Remember. So you may get a question. Upstream promoter, whereas terminator is towards the downstream, that is towards the 3' end of the DNA. Now, in this DNA, how many strands are there? 2 strands are there, correct? Okay. But only one strand share its information, that is in nothing but base pair. The base, how exactly the base pairs are arranged. So here you can see that C is there, GAATT, G. So this is the base pair, that is the structural gene base pairs. It's going to be copied to the RNA, or maybe the RNA synthesized, which is having complementary base pairs of these sequences. Whereas this one, even though which is a part of DNA, cannot be transcribed, cannot be copied to the RNA. Note this point. Okay, it cannot be, it's useless. This is useful. So, out of 2 strands of the DNA, only one strand acts as a gene, whereas the other strand will not be called as gene. Got it? Okay, so this is useless. But still the name is given. See, the DNA strand which doesn't code for any RNA. What is the meaning of code? Produce. Code means it synthesizes a particular RNA. Doesn't code for any RNA is called as coding strand. That's a bit strange name. Don't worry about it. Don't get confused also. Coding strand means it will not code for any RNA. Note this point now itself. Whereas exactly opposite to that, the strand of the DNA where the sequences are present for a particular RNA, we call it as structural gene, which is called as the template strand. This word is not new to you. You know about it. Template strand. So you may get a question in the double-stranded DNA, which strand get transcribed to synthesize RNA? The template strand, not the coding strand. Remember this point, very important. Okay, so template strand is nothing but now gene. So can I call promoter sequences and terminator sequences as gene? No, I cannot call it. But still, it's a part of gene. Without promoter or terminator, transcription cannot take place. Why? Because transcription is done by DNA dependent RNA polymerase. That is nothing but a single RNA polymerase which transcribes in prokaryotes. That is transcribes RNA in prokaryotes. What is the meaning of transcribe? Synthesize. So produce RNA. Synthesize RNA by RNA polymerase. In replication, DNA dependent DNA polymerase. So it brings the polymerization of the DNA. This brings the polymerization of RNA. Produces new strand of the RNA. Okay, what is the product of transcription? A single stranded RNA is the product of transcription. So, whatever the RNA which is produced from this DNA, that is template strand base pairs, we say that, for example, how exactly it works. Okay, so, we will talk about it later, not, but still I give you the idea. Here, the mRNA will be synthesized. See here, I better use red color. See, mRNA will be synthesized. It will copy the message which is situated, which is present within the template strand in the form of base pairs. So for C, what should be here? For this new RNA, C means complementary. So I cannot write C. I should write G here. Complementary. Whereas for G, C. Whereas for A, I cannot write T because it is RNA. So what should I write? U. Got it? So now for A I should write U, for T I should write A, for T I should write A, for G I should write C, oh sorry, this is terminator, fine, chalo. Okay, so this is the thing. So whatever the mRNA comes out of this DNA after transcription, you see the sequences which is complementary to only template strand, not to the coding strand. But if you match the sequences present on the coding strand with the RNA synthesized, what do you see? Almost same, but you see some differences. Wherever T is situated in the coding strand, T is now replaced by U. That's it. So this is what I said. Like you should be very careful. Got it? You should be very careful. You may get a question like the sequence present on the coding strand of the DNA is something like A, G, C, T, whatever it is. Now you have to find out the sequence which is produced during transcription, that is which is present within the RNA after transcription process is. You need to find out. So first, wherever T is there, just replace it with U. Done. Got it? So that's it. So easy. Okay. So that's the basic thing. Now let us talk about the DNA dependent RNA polymerase now. So this is all about the transcription unit. So you need to write promoter, structural gene, terminator and everything. And there are so many things. Let me just tell when I explain the concept. So now we just draw a structure like this, hexagonal structure, just hypothetical diagram, just for our understanding, assuming that this is the DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Let me just write RNA polymerase enzyme. Okay. How many sides are there? 6 are there. It is hexagonal. So just for our understanding. So this particular RNA polymerase is nothing but enzyme, right? It is nothing but protein also, right? It's protein. Okay, protein means polypeptides. So it has got 6 polypeptide chains. So one polypeptide chain is alpha chain. The other one is also alpha chain. The third one is the beta chain. The fourth one is the beta chain. The fifth one is the omega chain. Sixth one is the sigma, we will write here, sigma chain, sigma polypeptide chain. Got it? Remember this. Only for your competitive exams. That is enough. Okay. Here, let me just tell you one more thing. This sigma factor which is present in the RNA polymerase enzyme is very important for the initiation of the transcription. You will understand it in the mechanism. This because this sigma factor has certain kind of like a base pairs, because it's also nothing but polypeptide chain. It should have the amino acid sequences. This will recognize the sequences which is present in the promoter region, not somewhere else in the structural region. So that means sigma factor first will bind to the promoter region. Then it will initiate rest remaining 5 polypeptide chain of the RNA polymerase to attach to the promoter region. First is sigma factor. Sigma factor goes and binds to a particular sequence present in the promoter region, which allows the entire polypeptide chain of the RNA polymerase to attach to the promoter region. Done. Okay. Once it is done, that is called as initiation. Then comes elongation. Now the RNA polymerase will now brings ribonucleotides. See, I am using ribonucleotides. I am not saying deoxyribonucleotides. Are you getting my point? Okay. Ribonucleotides. That means we are synthesizing RNA, not DNA. I did not say deoxyribonucleotides, ribonucleotides, which will be brought to the site of template strand, and the complementary sequences will be synthesized, that is base pairs were synthesized. Once it reaches the terminator, in the terminator what you see is there is a factor which is actually called as the Rho factor. And right here, the Rho factor. Rho factor will terminate the RNA polymerase. We will just remove it. Done. Because there are certain sequences. Okay. Rho factor is not associated with RNA polymerase. It's present within the terminator region. I'll tell you what is everything when I explain this one. Explanation of transcription in prokaryotes.